So one of the most commonly asked questions I get is, what am I using for X, Y, and Z? So what am I using to run? What am I using to swim? What am I using to cycle? So today I thought I'd take you through some of the things that I've been using for my training over the last few months and before then. And hopefully this will answer some of the questions that you guys probably have, because, you know, like myself, I always want to know what someone else is using, why they're using it. So I'll do the same for you guys today and break down basically everything that I've been using, at least the stuff that's worth mentioning, so that you guys can, you know, maybe use it yourself or take it into consideration when you're looking to get some more kit or equipment or whatever. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So let's start off with probably the most commonly asked question, which is, which running shoes am I using and why? So first of all, I've bought quite a few pairs of running shoes over the past few months, and that is just me being a sucker for seeing people talk about them and thinking, okay, they're gonna improve my running that much more. Now, although some trainers do really have benefits and can help you with your training, you know, you need to prioritize the training and not the equipment that you're using. But after testing a bunch of different trainers, for me, I'm quite flat-footed, and I also run, like, I'm overpronated or supinated, so I land on my toe, like the outside of my feet. I've found that having decent cushioning is really important, because my feet just ache and hurt too much if they're too firm. So I need a little bit of cushioning, like I just need that. But obviously you want responsiveness as well. So I have found nothing better in terms of speed and comfort than the Vaporflies and the Alphaflies. So the Alphaflies, I've got two pairs of these, and I would alternate basically if I'm going to train in them. But although these are race shoes and they're great race shoes, I mean, not that I've done a race, but you know, that they're the kind of trainers that I'd wear when I'm doing speed work, so I would wear them in a race. But although they're race shoes, I love training in them. They're so comfortable, which is not ideal. I try not to train in them too much, because obviously I don't want to ruin them, they're expensive. But yeah, I absolutely love these. And then when it comes to just speed work and, you know, really wanting to feel light on my feet, the Vaporflies, these are the first ones I actually bought, first running trainers I bought, and they're incredible. I absolutely love them. So the Vaporflies and the Alphaflies for me have not been topped. I would say for a 10K and half marathon, I would wear these, and then any longer, I'd wear the Alphaflies. However, I could wear them interchangeably and I wouldn't probably notice any difference. I just feel like the Vaporflies are a little bit lighter and a little bit quicker, but you know, I really don't know, if I'm honest. I haven't got any science to back up my opinions. It's just kind of what I found to be good for me. So yeah, Alphaflies and Vaporflies, those are my top recommendations. But then when it comes to casual everyday running, obviously they're not ideal for that, and I try to avoid wearing them all the time. And two of my favorite pairs of trainers are New Balance 1080 V11s and the New Balance Rebel V2s. So these are the Rebels and these are the 1080 V11s, and they're just really, really comfy trainers. They're good for easy runs. These are a little bit more cushioned. These are, you know, these are super soft and comfy to wear, but they're a little bit more responsive, I'd say. So if I want to do like an easy run, but I'm, you know, want to be able to pick up the pace if I need to, or I've got like, you know, threshold paces within those runs, then I might use these. And then if I'm just going out just to, you know, clock up some miles and not take it too seriously, I'll wear these. But again, this is 4 pairs of trainers that I probably don't need to have. If I was to cut these down, so I was to remove one of the easy pairs and one of the quicker pairs, I would probably get rid of the Alphaflies and these and keep the Rebels. So the Vaporflies and then the Rebels, those would probably be what I keep. As much as I love the Alphaflies, as I said, it's just, I think like these could replace the Alphaflies. Not as quick and not quite as effective, but still they could replace what I'd use the Alphaflies for. And the Vaporflies, you know, they have their own, they're in their own lane. So that's what I would advise for those. Okay, so another thing that I like for when I'm running is wearing running tights. This is primarily because it's, for me, the most comfortable way of running. So, you know, I quite often wear running tights, or if not, I'll wear some running shorts. But for the most part, having some, you know, short compression tights, running tights, whatever you want to call them, I found to be really comfortable, and it just makes the runs, especially long runs, that little bit more enjoyable. I went out on a long run with shorts on the other day, and my legs started to rub after a while, and I don't get that when I'm wearing running tights. That's one thing I like to throw in there, not essential obviously, but just that's something that I prefer to use when I am running. Another thing I find extremely useful and I wear basically every single time I go for a run is my heart rate monitor. This basically gives me a really accurate reading of what my heart rate is and allows me to control my runs based on my heart rate, which is really important. Obviously you do get heart rate monitors on your watches and things like that, but you know, often I'll be running and then all of a sudden it'll shoot up 20 BPM and then go back down again. So it's a little bit harder to know how accurate it is. But having one of these just, you know, kind of alleviates that stress, and you can just be sure of where your heart rate's at. Really, really useful. This is like one of the first things I bought, if not the first thing I bought. So definitely recommend picking up one of those if you want to, you know, get more accurate with your heart rate. So another really commonly asked question I get is, what fitness tracker do I use? So I actually use a Garmin Fenix Pro Sapphire 6. I think that's what it's called, and a Whoop band. So the Garmin I use for basically tracking all my workouts, monitoring my day-to-day activity, and yeah, basically tracking the activity side of my training. And then I use the Whoop band to monitor my sleep, my recovery, my rest, and to see how I'm resting and recovering in relation to my output, my training. So absolutely love them. Both of them I, you know, could not recommend enough. The Garmin watch is incredible. It synchronizes with all the tools that I use on the computer or my phone. Workouts literally automatically sync to my watch. So sick. Definitely look into it. You know, there'll be loads of videos on YouTube to show you more about what this Garmin can offer, but it's incredible. So highly recommend looking into Garmin watches. Doesn't necessarily need to be this one, but I got this one just because basically it's unscratchable, and you know, with all the different training I'm doing, it's actually quite useful. And the Whoop, again, incredible. I wear it every single day. It doesn't come off my wrist. The charger literally goes on top of it like a battery pack and charges it, so you don't need to take it off. And it's just so good to be able to monitor your rest and recovery, because something I've found to become even more important than, you know, I used to deem it to be, is my rest and my recovery, my sleep. Now with all these long workouts and this training, it's so noticeable when I'm not recovered properly, and being able to monitor that and, you know, make tweaks and try and improve it has been super beneficial. So I would highly recommend both of these, hence why I wear them all the time like an absolute kino. Definitely look into both. Honestly, they're so good, so effective, and I found them to be really useful and helpful for my training. Okay, so some non-essentials. Sunglasses, so I wear these when I'm running. So sunglasses, obviously you want to get yourself some sunglasses for when you're out and about if you're running. Not essential, but like these are really fitted and fixed to my head. They don't move around. I can, you know, jump up and down. I can do burpees and they don't move. So really like these, definitely recommend. And then I actually got another pair for when I'm cycling, which have basically slightly bigger frames, so that, you know, obviously when I'm on a bike and there's wind and bugs and stuff, there's even less chance of those going in. So basically exactly the same, but just a bit bigger. But yeah, these are sick. I love them. And Annie absolutely hates them because I wear them all the time, even when I'm not exercising. But I don't care, because I think they're sick. Okay, so the next thing that I found incredibly useful and I used for probably the first 2 or 3 months of my training completely is the Wahoo Kickr. So it's a turbo trainer, which basically means you can put your bike on the trainer and ride your bike indoors. And I found that so useful, especially during the colder months when it's freezing, the weather's awful, and you just don't want to go outside. But also to do things like conditioning, to do your interval sessions, it can be quite difficult out on the road when there's cars about, where you're restricted by your environment and, you know, things that are going on around you. So being able to do like interval sessions at home makes it so much easier. I can just jump on the bike, get it done, get off. I don't have to worry about, you know, getting out and finding somewhere which is going to be suitable. So having a turbo trainer has been incredibly useful. I'd highly recommend looking into getting one if you want to be doing, you know, serious bike training over a long period of time. I think it's really worth the money. But again, not essential. As with any of these things, you can literally just get out and do it. But if you can, definitely look into getting a turbo trainer. So another thing that I've been using a lot of is CBD. Now, with this kind of training, you know, lots of running, heavy impact stuff, you know, your body takes a battering. It takes an absolute battering. And, you know, I've noticed in my joints, my shins, my ankles, especially, extreme amount of soreness, fatigue. I come back from, you know, a long run and I'll quite literally be hobbling around. So to have relief has been incredible. And one thing that I've been using is this muscle and joint balm by Pure Sport. It's absolutely incredible. The relief that I get from it, you know, is mental. You know, I'll get back from one of those runs, I'll be really sore, I'll put it on, and then by the next morning, I feel as fresh as ever and ready to go again. And, you know, obviously I can't say for sure that it's the balm. You know, it could be something else. It could just be my body recovering really quickly. But since using this, a lot of the joint niggles and pains and things that were building up have quite literally gone the opposite way and it's started settling down now. So the muscle and joint balm, I couldn't recommend it enough. It's amazing. I actually just got one of these as well, which is a gua sha tool to rub it in as well. So really, really nice, like massaging this in, especially if you do have a little bit of soreness, it's quite nice. So the gua sha tool as well, you can get that in a bundle. And then also alongside it, and now this is what I'm saying where I don't know whether it's just the balm or if it's something else, but I've also been taking the CBD oil. So I've been taking this, I think for about 2 months now. Every single night, I just put a bit under my tongue and yeah, I take it, and it's been really, really good. It's so hard to say, you know, if it is this, but you know, what I would say is definitely give it a go. If you're someone struggling to recover in between your exercise, give this a go. I've spoken to countless amounts of people who have, you know, jumped on the CBD oil and started using the balm and started using any kind of CBD product, and they've seen genuine improvement. Also Pure Sport specifically, I've been working with them. Now that's only on Instagram I work with them. I don't have any obligations to post on YouTube, so they have no input into this, on what I'm saying right now. But yeah, if you want to try them out, you can use my code Elliot20 and get 20% off, and I'll put a link down below so you can go straight to the website. All of these products will be linked anyway, so just go down below if you want to check them out. But yeah, if I was to recommend 2 things, it would be the balm and it would be the CBD oil. Taking CBD oil once a day and using the balm as and when you need it on your wherever can be a real game changer for your recovery. Okay, so another thing I found really useful is CHAMOIS cream. I think that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, basically when I first started going out on the bike, I was getting real bad saddle sores, and it's not a nice feeling to be out on the bike and have sores. So I started using CHAMOIS cream, and yeah, it's really, really useful. My issue came from the bike not being set up properly, and a few other things, but definitely get some CHAMOIS cream, as yeah, you just want to be able to alleviate those sores if you do happen to get some sores. Another good tool for recovery is a massage gun. I use a Theragun and they're great. I use them before I train, after I train, and just, you know, throughout the day if I feel like I need to. Super, super useful, not essential. But if you are thinking about getting one, I definitely would recommend trying it. And the Theragun is very, very good, so give it a go. Okay, last few things. So one thing I've added recently is the Garmin Edge 530, which is basically a computer that goes on your bike. The reason I find it most useful more than anything is I can send my routes to the computer and then it basically directs me when I'm out on the bike, which obviously you can't be looking at your phone, you can't be looking at anything else. So to have the directions on your bike is super useful. You know, obviously there's a bunch of other features. It basically does all the other things that my Garmin watch does. But, you know, the main thing is being able to know where I'm going. There are more expensive versions than that, but the Garmin Edge 530 I think is great. I would recommend looking into getting a little computer for your bike if you want, you know, to know where you're going, because it can be quite difficult. Unless you've got like a 100-mile radius around you, like downloaded in your brain, it could be worth trying out. So yeah, Garmin Edge 530 is something that I use every time I go out on the bike. Thank you. So Annie just bought me a Starbucks.
Oh, legend.
Starbucks from the gym. But yeah, just a few more things to mention. So Training Peaks is the software that my program is downloaded onto, and it synchronizes with my watch, it synchronizes with the Garmin Connect, which also synchronizes with the computer on the bike. So all in all, it's super useful. It gives you loads of information on your training, and I highly recommend using it if you can. As well as Training Peaks, Strava. If you go on the computer version of Strava, it gives you so much data about your training. It's really, really useful. It's quite satisfying as well to look at it. They put it in nice graphs and all that good stuff. So I actually have my Strava set to private so that I just get the analytic tools and I don't have all of my stuff posted. I might create like a public one where I post details of my workouts, but obviously not like specifically where I am and stuff like that. But yeah, so those are two really, really good tools. Also Zwift goes hand in hand with your turbo trainer. So if you do get, you know, something like the Wahoo Kickr, you can link that up with Zwift and you can do virtual rides. It's really, really good. It's really smart. Basically, as you're, you know, if you're on the Wahoo Kickr, for example, if you're going up a 6% gradient on Zwift, it'll increase the resistance and make it feel like you're going uphill. It's really, really good. So definitely check out Zwift if you start doing some, you know, home workouts on the trainer. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I've covered everything. I could have missed something, but I'm hoping that I got everything down. But if you've got any more questions about things that I'm using, comment down below and I'll let you know. I think other things that you might be wanting to know is my bike is the Trek Emonda SL7 2022, and I think that's about it. So I just wanted to add one more thing, which is on my last video, someone mentioned about me, you know, having a Discord to keep you guys up to date with training and basically everything I'm doing when I'm not posting content. So I thought that'd be a really cool idea, and some of you will know that I've got an app called Level Up. So I thought I'd put together like a Level Up training club style Discord channel. So if you do want to join a Discord, the link will be at the top of the description box below, and you can come join the community. And yeah, I just thought it'd be cool to be able to, you know, connect with you guys on a regular basis in between when I'm posting content and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely come check out the Discord channel below, and yeah, it'll be cool to connect with you guys. All right guys, I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.